How's it going everyone? Welcome back to the Old School Q&A Summary. Remember to like the video and click the little bell if you're enjoying this series, and please make sure to keep all the comments PG-13 because my mum prints them off every week to give them a read. Anyway, let's jump straight into the questions. Kieran asked if free-to-play Teleblock could be repolled. Mod Sween said that there is an alternative to free-to-play Teleblock which is going to be presented in Mod.ie's Revenant Rewards developer block. They don't want to repoll standard Teleblock again, as it already failed 3 times. Chillister asked if the cooking and mining capes could get teleports to their respective guilds. The team were fine with this, but there was some concern with devaluing the crafting guild teleport by making the cooking cape better for banking quickly. My Life asked if the AFK timer could be removed from Grotesque Guardians, or at least be increased. Modash said that if it's preventing players from legitimately playing the content, it could certainly be increased. Mr. Relton asked if the dialogue when entering Port Phantasmus could be removed, and Modash said that this could be done, and he would like to make the left-click option on the barrier one which lets you enter immediately. Robin asked for the team's thoughts on more low-level bosses or demi-bosses. Modsween liked the idea, and Modwest said that he's been wanting to design a goblin boss for a while. Modash also mentioned that there is a Jagex employee from outside the Old School team who has been designing a number of bosses. As usual with new bosses, the question came down to potential rewards. As a side note, Modash mentioned that moving forward the team are going to be looking to have more free-to-play worlds, potentially including one in Australia. Hess asked for an update on Lucky Impling buffs. Modash said that unfortunately the team have been a little bit busy and there hasn't been time to look into the loot that the Implings currently generate. Marga asked if depositing stuff into a compost bin could deposit it all at once rather than one item at a time. Modash said yes. Ethan asked if it could be made possible to sell members' objects on the Grand Exchange on free-to-play worlds. Modash said that this would require engine work, and the engine team are currently working on mobile. So, not in the immediate future, although it did seem like everyone on the team was in favour of the update. Modarchie then discussed the Chambers of Xeric challenge mode, a content idea which will soon be polled. Challenge mode has harder bosses, and completing a run in under a certain period of time will give you a chance to unlock additional transmogs on the raid pair. There's currently a developer blog on the Old School website, and you guys can find a link to that in the description. Elephant asked if the Karamba install could have its stock reduced to make fishing more viable. Modash was concerned that this change would hit legitimate players just as hard as it would bots. Frick asked if pest control could get a spinner pet. 100 points could be gambled for a 1 in 100 chance of receiving the pet. The team never really gave a yes or a no, and they questioned whether or not gambling points is a pleasant way to earn a pet. Phil asked if the permanent ropes to enter the Cowfight lair could be moved from the Desert Elite Diary to the Desert Hard Diary. Modash said that this would be possible, but it's blinking rare that players vote for a reduction in requirements. Halls asked if it could be made possible to sit on benches and chairs around the game. Modash said that the code for sitting on chairs in player-owned houses is god-awful, and he explained a variety of different issues that could arise from such a change. As an alternative, he suggested adding a rest animation without the run energy restoration from RS3. Plaz asked if dark totems could be redesigned, as there is currently no point in slaying anywhere except for the catacombs unless you want to use a cannon. Modwest agreed, but he wasn't sure on what the solution might be. A player asked if the point cap from Petrified Pete's ore shop could be removed. Modswolf and Ash didn't really understand why the player would need to save up so many points, as you can already mine for about 4 or 5 hours without needing to spend any. Modwolf's suggestion was to just go and spend your points. Scout asked if the dig site questline could be continued with more Zaros lore. Modwest said that he wants to avoid going in the same direction as RS3 with Template Centerstone and Curses, but he is interested in Zaros lore. Apparently, Modwest has also been interested in a continuation of Desert Treasure. Tangzu said that while you're resetting a box trap, if another trap falls, it will cancel the reset. Modwolf said that this shouldn't be a problem and he's happy to fix it. Half asked if Justicia armor will count as a Saradomin item in God Wars, and Modwest said yes. Mark asked if loot share will be repolled in preparation for the Theatre of Blood. Modwolf explained that loot share is unnecessary given the reward system of the Theatre of Blood. However, Mod Ash is interested in reopening the discussion around loot share. George asked for a hard mode Zora which would have randomized spawn locations. The team joked around with the idea, but overall it seemed like they were saying no. Thurko asked if the Q&A could be less frequent to ensure questions are decent, and Chris Archie doesn't turn into a memey big boy. And Modarchie explained that essentially every question imaginable has already been asked on a Q&A. He doesn't have a problem with spending a couple of minutes on some fun questions every so often just to keep the Q&As entertaining. In response to the request for more variety with the people participating in the Q&A, he explained that the people that are on the Q&A are simply volunteers taking time out of their day, choosing to talk to the community. He is happy to take a backseat and let some other people host from time to time, but it all comes down to the idea that the Q&As are voluntary. A chat pleb asked if free-to-play Slayer could be added. Modwolf was curious about what the players would think and felt that it would be a good way to introduce people to the game. Casey asked if a second quick prayer option could be added, with it being a shift-click toggle. Modash said that this may be possible in the future, however the shift-click drop feature currently only works on droppable items in your inventory. A few of the other mods were also concerned with how strong this feature would be. Extreme asked how the iOS beta has gone so far. Modsween said that the install rate was as high as the Android beta. Modash said that the pop-up keyboard had caused a bit of trouble, and Modsween finished off by saying that the new mobile tutorial has worked a treat. Torvesta said that he can't PK on Bounty Hunter or PvP worlds as they're currently both US worlds. He has to switch one of the worlds so that there is always a UK or European world available. Modash said that the worlds will be switching with today's game update, which for any of you watching is already live. Slower asked when the Deadman changes will be announced. Modarchie said that this is currently being worked on, and he mentioned that they're talking to some top tier PvP and Deadman players to ensure that the changes they make are good. He briefly mentioned that they are looking to incentivize exploring the world a bit more, rather than just skilling in the safe zones. A player from the chat asked if health bars could have a colorblind option, and Modash said that this would be possible, mentioning that a slight, unnoticeable tweak to the colors could also help with this issue. Another player from the chat asked if Skull Scepter pieces could be made more obtainable, and Modware said that they can and he thinks they should. Shawnee asked if a multi-combat spell could be added to the normal spellbook, and Modsween said that he likes the distinctions between the spellbooks, with the normal spellbook offering high DPS but single target spells. Shay asked if emblem farming is against the rules, and if so, how can players report it? Modarchie said that yes, it is against the rules, and you can report it via tipoff@jagex.com. He also mentioned that there is some work being done to the rule list as a whole behind the scenes. A player asked if the diary reward to revive you at Zulrah could have a toggle, which would mean when you die you're taken out of the instance rather than being brought back to life inside. Before offering this, Modarchie wanted to look at the data and get a bit more feedback. And the final question, Grand asked if the delay could be removed when picking up Zygomites. Modash said that it would be possible to make the pick option act like an attack option, so if you have your NPC attack options hidden, then you wouldn't be able to misclick it. However, there was not a direct response to the request to remove the delay. And that is all for this week's Q&A summary, guys. Quick heads up, I'm going to try and do 2 more videos in the next 2 days, one of which is the Who Needs Views Anyway, which I've delayed a little bit for reasons. And another one is, I'm just going to wait, because I think I'm going to put the other one out tomorrow, and I loved making it. A lot of fun. I think you guys will enjoy it. But that is all for today. I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.